Greetings. We are back with Outer Worlds, and we have just traveled out here, and it looks like we are ready to hit up this botanical lab and see what's going on out here. You know, if it's these damn deserters, like, oh, that guy is dead. Like, what's going on here? This is, yeah. Whatever happened here, it didn't work out for somebody. It's, yeah. I mean, we might kill these guys too. Who the hell knows at this point? At this juncture, who knows? Because, you know, there's been a lot of killing. So, we got we got 99 meters up this road here. So let's check it out. Luis Romero. Okay, not a thug.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
Oh, here we go.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
Look at Bradley, and I need some answers.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already
Never
got
thought of myself as
ourselves one of
philosophical.
those.
I'm looking for a geothermal plant.
A geo what? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're
go.
better off asking after
That's
Adam.
where we started, Grace.
If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you. Much obliged.
Just get out of your hair, Grace. Even though you don't look like you got much hair, that is.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
Oh, Adelaide.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here.
See, these people are nice people. Must be Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother.
Green
the
Thumb.
Strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout.
No.
Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea.
Tobaccorn
I brew it
tea.
in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Oh. Okay. I was like, I brew it in a spittoon. Oh, hold on. Let me just throw up a little. All right, read something to make peace.
You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile?
Indeed.
Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Reed asked you to consider coming back to town. He's willing to make amends.
Make amends? Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Reed asked me to divert power over to him. He mentioned a
He
geothermal
would do
plant.
such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp needs a power regulator, and I need to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be.
Yeah.
If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire
Would I,
town
though,
from
or would the company
lifetime
come
of
and just
service
kick
to
all
the
your
owner of
asses?
cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
What have you got against the town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps
This is true.
Spacer's Choice throws
It
them.
does suck.
You know that's true, don't you, Miss Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was
That's-
tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me
That is
all by his
cold.
lonesome.
That is cold dragging
Look what
Pravati
they did
into
to this
this.
child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
I don't much like you throwing that in her face.
I'm all right. I ain't so fragile.
That was unkind of me.
I
I'm
do like
sorry,
Pravati
dear.
a little bit. She's alright. What do you have against people trying to make a living?
It's not much of a living. Every single person in that town is
I
sold
mean, I agree with
themselves
you,
to Spacer's
actually, but-
Choice. The company owns them. Body, blood, and bones. You've been there. You've seen it. All anyone ever does is toil over a cannery. They give their lives for some heartless corporation, and then they're tossed into a Spacer's Choice brand cemetery.
I mean, I agree. Let's say I help you. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
Does it, though? You think Reed's trying to
You
spite
bring
you?
power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
No, I'll consider
I
it.
trust you will listen to your conscience.
What do you
Where are
think,
we headed?
Pravati? I noticed you mentioned your dad a lot, but not your mom.
That's on account of how I never met her.
I'm sorry.
It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
Get along well with your dad. You might not have with your mother.
Be? Reckon I'll never know.
No,
You mean about the mission being too clean?
in the bar you asked about the drinker.
Sorry. I know, it's none of my business.
I'm gonna guess you're not a drinker.
Strong drink makes me sick.
Oh,
And it makes me real sad. I start thinking about things I oughtn't, and then... Well, never mind that. You got better things to think on. Sorry.
all right. Don't
Oh,
apologize.
that's what I do. You'll tire of it soon enough.
All right, everybody. I'm out. I'm out. You're right. So we are left with a dilemma. That is what is called a dilemma.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Thomas Kim.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering.
Nice to know you.
Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi, hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
Oh, I'm just trying to get my ship off the
Never
ground.
heard it phrased in such a way before.
Huh.
Guess we're all trying to get our
I
ships
guess
off
we
the
are
ground,
all
ain't we?
trying to get our ships off the ground.
Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see.
Uh-oh.
Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
Never too late to start learning.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's
Oh, there we
Guide to
go.
Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
You mentioned 2 paths. What about
Wish
the
I
third?
knew. I wager the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the third's gone, I can't say.
I'll tell you if I
Would
find
you?
anything.
I'd be grateful. What's on your mind?
See, pretend to be an engineer. How have you
Luck,
gotten away with it?
mostly. Nothing's
Luck.
needed serious repairing yet. Nothing's broken down that we can't just replace with something scavenged from the outskirts. Oh, I can swap out a water filter or charge up a battery and go on pretending I know what I'm doing, but the moment I'm asked to do any real engineering, I'm in trouble.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's use the workbench. Do we have a mod here? Shock type. Let's tinker instead. Yeah, let's tinker and try to get a little bit more damage out of this. Because I need to do pretty much more headshots, I think. Like, I need to do more, like more damage on a headshot, right? Now, I admit, I'm sort of trying to look for someone to give me some piece of information. Not necessarily sure that there is. I just might have to side with one or the other. I don't know how I feel about that.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
I mean, these people were very hospitable, so I do give them that much. But is hospitable enough?
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too. Something I can help you with?
You
Fresh
sell
off
it.
the limb, and that includes canid meat.
A lot of canid stuff. Gyro sight. Range weapon mod. Sight increases weapons accuracy. Walk speed plus 10%. I can do with that. Fire. Handguns. Magazine size 5. Pentagonal chamber there, huh? Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. And there's no terminals on either. Well, this is like a primitive, right? This is a crap. I mean, not that primitive, obviously. But it is a little bit of the out of the way.
Anything else I can do for you?
When we first talked, you assume I'd come to live
I
here.
am getting old, you know. These 2 lamps of mine are not as bright as they once were. Or I might have seen you for what you
Oh,
are.
ouch. Don't imagine you get a lot of
Here,
visitors.
we are all visitors in a momentary universe. Our lives flicker in and out like the guttering of a flame. Here now, then gone. Me and mine are just carrying on as best we can, trying to live our lives in a way that does not feel wasted.
Why are you telling me all
A little
this?
prattling never hurt anyone, dear. You might even catch a little sense, if you listen close enough. I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant. I just want you to know that if you take our power away, you will have brought an end to our way of life.
Reed's making an offer in good faith. You should consider it.
If you think Reed does anything in good faith, then you are asking to be lied to.
You and Reed obviously have
That's
history.
because Reed was my boss. I was the cannery's one and only flavor specialist, you see. Remember that limited run of white chocolate salt
Dude.
tuna? That was all me.
The taste of fish and chocolate and salt. There's more to it. There's more to it than that, damn it, Adelaide. There's more
My
to it.
son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left.
Sounds like town turned its back on you.
A fish rots from the head down. I do not blame the town. I blame the leader.
Ooh. Well, we're going to head back to town. We're going to talk to Reed about that story, because that sounds like a pretty horrible little story there. So let's head back to Edgewater and just see what's what, eh? Let's see what's what.
Been eating nothing but salt tuna for a year.
Yummy salt tuna. Okay. We need to find... What do we... I mean, look, this isn't much of a life. This is sort of a shitty place. Oopsie. I mean, we could just disengage the power regulator. It's right here.
Carry on.
Yeah, I would totally just talk to Parvati, but she's not going to give me an answer. Like, she's not going to tell me that.
Where are we headed?
Thomas seemed very fond of you.
He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda.
I've not seen a man with a bigger, more obvious
I'm
crush.
just glad he's alive. That he's okay. I mean, when Mr. Thompson said he was fired, we all expected the worst. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants.
Hello, Thompson. Tell me the story.
If you could see your way to getting us our power back, I'd appreciate it.
I want to
Go
talk to
ahead.
you. We gotta have a word about this plague.
Can we not? Talking about unpleasant things always gets my bile up.
How long has this been
That
happening?
I cannot say. There was no moment when the plagues began. Disease always lurks on the fringes of society, waiting to infect the idle and the lethargic.
Jeez, dude.
But in the last 10 years, the plagues have become progressively worse and increasingly frequent.
You should have developed immunity after repeated exposure to a single strain of
Corporate
contagion.
doesn't like us using the word should. It encourages the imagination. I believe plague is a test. It is a test of our loyalty and our fortitude. and it is one we will see through to the end.
You must have some kind of
Show up
treatment
to
plan.
work, put in your hours, wear a smile. Problems of the body come from problems of the spirit. Work improves the spirit and fortifies the body.
You know what else fortifies the body against disease?
And where do
Antibiotics.
you suggest we find this magical panacea? Can we pan for medicine in the stream? Medicine is a rare and precious commodity. If you demonstrate you have earned the right to be treated, you will be treated. Otherwise, you must heal yourself.
You withhold medicine.
If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. I can't save everyone. So I have to choose.
You let Adelaide's son die.
Adelaide's son was barely competent. I treat him with our medical rations, and it looks like I'm playing favorites. Now, I will not pretend to understand the suffering Adelaide must have felt on account of losing her child, but she is not the only one to have felt such suffering. I wish she had stayed with us. Adelaide left us when we needed her most.
Let's do something else. Makes you think I can convince
That
those
you or
deserters.
not one of us may work to your advantage. Adelaide and her folk loathed the people of Edgewater, you see. I admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a bristling canid. I just hope Adelaide and her folk will see their way past my flaws and return to town.
Sometimes people move on. It's the way of
Scripture
things.
tells us we all have our purpose in the world. Our work shows us that purpose. We should not have to move on from it. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even more to plague. But it is why we must square our shoulders and carry on.
You and Adelaide have a history.
Losing Adelaide was the hardest. She was our only flavor specialist. When she walked away, I knew we were in
Flavor
trouble.
specialist? No.
Spacer's Choice Salt Tuna is renowned across the system for its quality flavors and additives. We used to sell citrus-flavored salt tuna in our heyday. Ever since Adelaide left, we have been reduced to selling unflavored
and spearmint.
Go ahead.
Oh, you seem pretty fixed on bringing Adelaide
was our
back.
only flavor specialist. We are a salt tuna canning institution. Salt tuna without flavor is like a cysty pig without tumors, borderline inedible.
Don't you people eat anything other
Word
than
up to
salt
me,
tuna?
friend. I'd stack our larders with salt tuna galore. No other brand of salt tuna adds as much vim or vigor to the body's humors. But, and this is something we must keep between the two of us, salt tuna is hard to come by. What with being a species indigenous to the seas of another world.
What are you canning
We
here?
scavenged together some organic material from
Wait
the
a
surrounding
minute.
environs. Mostly organic, mostly local mushrooms. Some of which possess a texture akin to a well-boiled slab of salt tuna. The difference is all but impossible to detect to any but the prissiest of palate. Go ahead.
You taking a look about your
It
town?
is my job to keep two eyes on my town. I am the steward of this place, and this is my watch post.
Place is falling to
I wish
pieces.
you wouldn't say things like that.
Doesn't make it any
Not
less
that
true.
You wouldn't understand. You don't see the town as I do. When I stand at my window and look out over my town, here's what I see. I see decent, loyal, hard-working people. I see a family. We are all part of the Spacer's Choice family. We are all doing what we were brought into this world to do.
You're loyal to
This
Spacer's
is a Spacer's
Choice.
Choice town. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. The company keeps us warm, keeps us fed, keeps us working. Loyalty's got nothing to do with it, friend. This is good old-fashioned gratitude. I'm trying to remember 25 years, 26. When you get to my age, the years just rush by. You stop counting altogether. I remember looking out this window and seeing the veils spread out from horizon to horizon.
We were sprawling, booming.
We were a sprawling town. We were booming. Times change, people change, but the veil will always be here. Spacer's Choice will always be here. Our work won't ever end. I take comfort
Never
in
end.
that.
Never end. I do not take comfort in that. In fact, I want work to
Go
end
ahead.
all the time. All right, because I'm getting old. Okay. Spacer's Choice. Well,
Yeah, huh? You mean about the mission being too clean?
well, that didn't really. Nothing really happened. I mean, I was paid to do a job. We might be doing it. And I do not love causing trouble for them deserters, but
Unexpected. Sweeping the area. Performing an area sweep now. Searching for
oh, Pravati's down there shooting. I see.
Initiated. Beginning security patrol.
Hmm? Oh, 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 oh.
Searching. Performing an area sweep now.
It's not enough. Not enough damage. Him. Quiet at the moment, and Parvati has woken up. So we're going to take that as a good sign. And we cannot get over that wall, though, can we? Well, there must be a way around it, right? No, no, that does not must anything. Nope, doesn't seem so.
Initiated.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, got him. Got him. It's wheat. Oh, those don't take damage. Okay. I understand. Oh, there's a something. Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. I see. Good, good. These guys did not have a good day. Some fences. Ready? Yep, I'm ready. All right. Let's do it. Yeah, we're buying all the heavy crap we can buy because it's always good. That's a good use of $300.
I hope we're doing the right thing. Everyone all right?
He kicks the hell out of those things because that's shotgun. I should change one gun to shock. And I sort of can, right? I can do that right. Oh no, I can't do it right now because I'm not at a workbench. Right, righto. Unlock the office door. Door, I'll open your bathroom chest.
Nice.
We've got a bathroom chest. I want to be rich enough to have a bathroom chest. What would you keep in a bathroom chest? That's a great question. Borrow your young space. Return to the repair boy. Okay. Yeah, I'm not super far interested in the logs. Unless they are telling me something important. A lot of dead folk, though. Him. Haha, done. That was a 60-point sprat. Bam. Unlock the door. Uh-oh. Passcode? Oh, okay. Right. You like the ammo. Damn. Happy with all the ammo.
Here we go. Defensive measures.
Why are you using that? And not the super shotgun that you've been given? Crazy gal.
Security.
I don't know what that is, honestly. I'm not sure what that is, but I just pulled it.
No messers.
Borrowed a copy of the Young Spacer's Guide to Engineering, Volume 3. Woohoo! No.
No, just leave me alone.
What's going on? Is there a human in here? Hello, human person.
You're not real. You're not real.
I can assure you I'm vaguely real. Sort of real.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
processing.
Here we go. That's the last of them.
Good job, B.
Get ready.
Oh, shit.
Don't mess with us.
Halt.
Coming.
Oh, she's in trouble, and that means I'm in trouble. Oh, wonk wonk. Well, let's see where we ended up at least. Okay, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know where that puts me in terms of... I do. I need a tinkerer's workbench. I need to put shock on one of these.
Away, Phantom!
Are you okay, buddy? Where is this guy?
Get away!
That Sprat had that coming. That jerk. Spacer's choice. Well, I mean... Place is a mess, Parvati. A mess.
Got it. Heads down.
A mess. And, you know, ugh. I don't know. It's cool. Speed grip. Got another mod. Everybody's dead or blowed up. What the hell are we doing?
away, Phantom!
How do we get to this guy?
You're not real. You're not real.
Mind the steam.
All right,
Probably gets
well,
scalded. Everyone all right?
I am not a big fan of her going into melee when she has the frickin' Uber laser. Like, what are you doing, Parvati? Let's shut off the damn steam valves. There we go. Oh, we got a workbench. That's cool. We are going to modify the assault rifle. Oh, we can't. Oh, yeah, we can do shock. Yes, we're installing the shock one. Done. So now with a shock rifle. It looks bitchin' too, if you look at it. That rips the shit out of these bots. Yeah. That is sweet. That totally makes the difference. A little bit of energy. So we'll have to... And obviously we'll have to have different damage types here and there too. All that volcanic power going. Yeah, we might be consigning a few people to a dismal life. We might be. Could be better.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I wouldn't mind hearing your opinion, Parvati.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
Reed tells me Edgewater dies without workers and
Sure
pilots.
sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice
It's
family.
Spacer's Choice.
In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way.
Deserters are community. Can we destroy what they built?
Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry.
Yeah, that's
tended the
weird,
sick,
right? Like,
gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred?
don't. I really don't. I see your point.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had
Glad
to...
you did.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
I think we're... Plant status. Emerald Vale operating at 22%. Redirect power. Continue. Redirected to Edgewater. Yeah, that sucks, and I'm a bad, bad man, but we did. Deserters do not like me. Oh, we need a power regulator. Oh, we gotta go to the whatchamacallit and grab the regular. We gotta. So the problem is.
Suspected.
Oh, shit.
Investigating.
Oh! All right?
I didn't know you were still there, son. Yeah, see, now we're going to go to the deserters' place, and we're going to just take their shit. Yep, sorry, Adelaide. She'll call me heartless and cruel. It's true, and it is true. I am a cat. Maybe they're all dead. Like the Marauders got them already. Like it was instant. That would be dark. There she is.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit.
Ouch.
This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
He needs his people back.
You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
Come back to Edgewater.
As long as Reed is still in Edgewater, I will not return. Those are my terms.
I'm willing to deal with Reed.
Offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or are you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together.
Reed isn't going to leave his post. I'll need help convincing.
Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth.
She's been smoking a little too much, I think.
The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
What happens when you run out of corpses?
Edgewater's cemetery's got corpses aplenty. Enough for a generation's worth of crops.
I think that would please the company, but enough talk. All right.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead.
Let me go back to Edgewater,
I've been thinking
folks.
about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again. I mentioned those manuals on mechanical engineering. Suppose if I had one of those, I could go back to Reed and make a real case for myself.
Good point. Grace?
Marauders can't see us in the dark. Wild canids, on the other hand.
There's nothing left for you. Go back to
The matter's
Edgewater.
been weighing on me. Fact is, I can't go anywhere long as Zoe's missing.
Oh, jeez.
Disappeared without a trace.
Zoe?
Marauders took her, I suspect. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent.
They all are going to want something,
Can't
aren't
imagine
they?
where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Got it. I'll find her.
Appreciate it. Honest.
I got
tell you
questions
what I
about
can.
Zoe. Any idea?
Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already.
Let's change
What
the
is it?
subject. All right. So they all got wants and needs, presumably. They're like, nah, we can't go back unless you do something for us, you jerk.
One of us want to go see what happened?
I like how they're quietly telling Thomas. So, so we've got some crap to do. Let's go to Edgewater first. if Reed will acquiesce.
I think you did the rightest thing you could sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for, even if they don't care much for me.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water.
Indeed.
I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
I spoke to Adelaide. She don't come back as long
Then
as
we
you're
are at
here.
an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. But I have done my best for this town.
Town's a mess,
I
Reed.
have been holding this town together with both hands. You can't just expect me to leave. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
Adelaide's people aren't getting sick with plague.
I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic.
Have you people actually eaten a vegetable?
The very notion is just grotesque. A raw vegetable? Why don't you just ask me to go chew the bark off of a tree? We are a Spacer's Choice saltuna cannery. We eat saltuna here.
You need
only
Adelaide's
saltuna.
garden.
I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse.
Adelaide's found a way to grow food, and she'll come back if you step down.
You will excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
Reed, all I know is it involves complicated math, and it all works.
If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague,
All I know, math.
then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way.
Oh, that sounds.
My
sounds
life
like
here
a
is
fun.
ended.
Oh,
Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
it'll be easy for you.
I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
What are your
A
plans?
couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them.
Why not?
No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement.
Don't
I
have to
do.
do this.
Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend to crop. She's what this town needs.
Would argue that is true, sir. Okay, so we did get him to step down. We didn't tell him about the body thing. I mean, but you know, necromancy's good eating. It's fine. So that's good. I think that works out. I got my regulator. We could try to figure out where some folks are, where Zoe is, and how to get what's his nuts back, Thomas back. Do I remember this one? Did this girl become a raider? No more Edgewater, no more cannery, no jumpsuits. Gotta treat myself when I'm sick. Whatever happened to personal responsibility? No, right. She stole something. Good news, I'm starting to feel better. A group of deserters living out in the labs. Nice to be away from the cannery. The labs have just enough power to run an ether wave. Leading a cadre, Zoe the Bandit Queen. So yeah, she became a marauder. She became a marauder. Oh, she got tagged. All right, Zoe, where the hell are you? Let's bring you back home. Are we over encumbered? We are indeed over encumbered. We're going to break some shit down. And lo and behold, we are no longer over encumbered. Yay. Okay. Is she a bandit now? She seems very bandity.
Easy.
Ooh, plasma. Bitchin'. Hold on. I mean... I have 625 frickin'... Oh shit, that's a problem. Oof. I hate mines.
Nice.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways.
Zoe?
What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
I need you to clarify something for me.
I'm great at clarifying.
You a prisoner here?
No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit.
I'm impressed. How'd you pull it
I
off?
have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it.
Why'd you leave
I
camp?
got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them. I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, it must be my natural charisma.
Something else, actually. I've been sent to find you.
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
Can't imagine you're happy out here. Food's awful, company worse, and no serial dramas.
Serial dramas.
I've been thinking about going back. I just gotta know if Lord Cavendish really is the masked
He is.
marketeer.
I mean, no
I'll take my
spoilers.
stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Take care. All right, so we got Zoe back. And that would mean we have one last thing to do, which is find a book. See if we can find this book. We're a little bit over time here. I wanted to wrap up Edgewater, but I have not done a good job of getting done quick. Ain't nobody left in here, right? Unless they respawn. Do they respawn? I mean, it doesn't seem like none of the men respawn. Oh my god, that was fun. Okay, there's the Engineering Volume 1. I mean, I like that a little bit. Yeah, maybe this can be easy. Geothermal plant. Did I really just bust my leg? No. Up. Up some steps. Yes, no. Oh, is it really? I mean, I suppose we don't have to get 3 of them, right? I suppose we can just bring him 1, right? I always hate when I do hate when places do that to you. When games are like, no, here's the door. Just go to the door. And you're like, do I have to go to the door? The door is the way, man. The door is the way.
Get away!
Hey, where is this guy?
You're not real. You're not real.
Higgins' son?
Get away! You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot! Scram!
Not gonna hurt you.
Talk? The Phantoms never talked before. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw.
No. No, sir.
See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
What's going on?
Clearly, I mistook you for one of the phantoms of my imagination, which terrorized me on occasion. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
How long have you been down?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
What do you do here?
Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
You're an engineer?
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
You must know a way to stop these mechanicals.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
I can deal with the mechanicals. I made it this far.
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer.
Yes, I do.
I discovered... Yes, that's exactly it.
Oops, sorry.
I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering.
Clicked a button.
There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you. The tail. Definitely start with the tail.
How have you been surviving all this time?
That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling
So
my
you
inside.
So you ate sprays.
Boiled, charred, skewered. I special.
All right, good enough. We did get the next engineering volume though, so that's a good thing. I think really that's sort of where I'm at. Like I want I want that engineering volume. Do we have anything? Well, we do have some of the engineering. We do have to return to Adelaide. Let's do all that. Give her the town. Let her feed the people. That should at least bring a better future for... There's Zoe.
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
Did get a data
No
pad.
kidding. Really? Well, which one?
Part 1.
Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
All right, I got more for you. I got part 3.
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment.
There you go. Okay, I'll let you know. Great.
I'm not in the lightest of humors.
We got
We
Zoe.
didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
Something about wanting to be an outlaw. I'd rather not get
You
into
pretty
it.
much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble.
Least you could do, man.
Let me know if I can do something for you.
All right. So we do level up. That's good.
Did to talk some sense.
And now we talk to Addie, who's still pissed at us, but...
Look at that. The snake's come back.
Screw you,
I
Adelaide.
never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward.
Oh, the board reputation decreased. Edgewater's better off with you running the place.
You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted.
Indeed.
I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Take care. So, I mean, none of this is a thing. We got Adelaide's watch. I don't know if that means anything. This is all just questy bits. Yeah, just money. Okay. So we got skills and we got perks. We know, no perks, just a skill. Okay. Well. I mean, obviously headshot damage is good. If we're going to shoot people with the snipey gun. Persuade is not bad. Let's go to 2. 2 more. We'll go to 3 more. I like even numbers. We'll get long gun up. Oh, now we can put long guns. Oh, I don't want to. I don't know how I feel about that, actually. Let's revert all. So we're up to 50. Now long guns does not go up anymore? It does not. I understand. Okay, so that's fine. That's cool. We'll get long guns to 50 and stop there. And now we're going to go into dialogue. There you go. Okay, done. So, I mean, that is it. We have a couple more, obviously. We do have to go back to Ludwig. So, I tell you what, we're going to stop here. And we are going to, the next time, we're going to just clear up whatever else we got to do here. And then we're going to get off planet and start to the next thing. So, I will talk to you then. Thanks for watching. This was Outer Worlds, and I will see you tomorrow, maybe.